Hey y'all, this is Cindy. I'm the Tireless Tangler, and I want to welcome all of you to Tangle Time. This is a real-time video for us to sit down and draw together. I'm going to teach you a new pattern. Today's pattern is called Malb or Malb, and that is by Sayomi Koike, CZT. And this is a very cool organic pattern. And let's get started. Malb. That is so cool. Those are the first initials of her cats. That's how she came up with that name, Malb. And this is done in the beginning with 3 teardrop shapes. And then the other 2. And make them sort of long. Hopefully I did that right. I don't know if they're supposed to slant in more. This is still going to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to make little echo lines that come down from here like we have in a lot of the patterns that we've done. And let me demonstrate what I mean. Always down to the point, so we are going to start out and a little shorter on each one, like that, okay? And turn the tile and repeat. That one was fat. He's expressing himself, and that is okay. We allow that here. Okay, one more. I'm into the 3s, it seems, this week. There we go. Now, the next step, we are going to black in a little crescent moon, a little ladybug shape. And we're going to do that on the side that we put the little aura lines or the echo lines. So like this. And this is something that you can play with as far as if you want to make it bigger, smaller, change the position, do something funky, aura it, whatever you want to do. This is something that you can mess around with, of course, like everything. Isn't that cool? It went from, okay, I've seen that all before, to, wow, that's interesting. So let's put some more in there. I like the wow, that's interesting kind of things. How's everybody doing today? I hope you enjoyed your weekend. I guess for you guys, it's going to be Tuesday. For me, it's Monday. Isn't this fun? Okay, now, this is going to be an organic radial pattern, okay? And if you were with me in the 100 Days project then this year, then you know that we did a lot of radial tangles within that, and so this is going to be similar to that. What we're going to do is where this comes low in each of these spots on each side, where it becomes in here narrow in towards the center, then we are going to put another one of these teardrop shapes, but we're not going to make it a full one, we're going to make it a partial one, okay? Something like this. Now we could change the direction up if we wanted to at this point. If we wanted to put our little black eye on the other side. I can't help it. Can't help it. That's how it looks to me. Okay. I'll start a little further over so I have more room. Of course, I didn't have much more room. But you're not going to have room for a whole lot on these upper ones. You're just going to want to hint at the pattern. And that's going to be enough to give it a much more full organic look. Now that one ended up looking funny, but you know, cool. That's cool. That's cool. All right, one more. And you don't have to do this step. You don't have to continue it past that first level if you don't want to. I guess about 3 of those is what I'm going to get. And you can continue this if you wish in each of the little gaps that this makes, like you know, one more set here, here, here. And if we do that, you're going to see some, that might be really cool on the tile. I might have to consider that. I was thinking about the project pack that we just finished up, Project Pack 10, and the whole Fibonacci spiral thing that Rick and Maria were talking about. And I was just thinking how interesting it would be to continue this, and what you would end up with is a spiral. So, something to think about. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. This is Malb, or however you want to say it. And, you know, shading-wise, pretty standard. You know, you're going to want to put some shading here in the center. And if you're going to make this a large element, then you can shade these elements individually. Or if you're going to make these small and several of these elements together, then there's not any need to do the individual shading, you know, of course, anywhere where they overlap. So let's get started on our tile for today. Okay, so for today's tile, we're going to use the string on Tangle Patterns number 20, and that is by Margaret Bremner. She is a CZT. And I think she's in Canada. Very talented lady, very talented. All right, so I have drawn in my my border lines, and for the string today, this is going to look sort of like this. If you maybe go a third of the way in at the top and sort of draw a slightly curved line in there, and then let's see. Oh, it doesn't matter. Then we're going to come over here, about here, sort of make a rounded, and then we're going to come back. It sort of looks like a 4, but misshapen, and hers looks a little different than mine, and of course yours is going to look different than mine too. So, you know, do what is in your heart to do. So lots of ideas came to me whilst I was studying that out as far as what I want to do with Malb. And I also want to you know, I was considering putting my central element here in this section right here. But what if I changed it up and I put my Malb in here, left this blank for negative space, and then did some tangling in these 3 sections around that? So I think that's what I'm going to do. And now I may encroach into this, and that would be fine. I'm going to do this way, I think. And it amazes me how even I end up with these pleasant lines without meaning to. Without meaning to. I went the wrong way with that. It's okay. It's okay. That looks like one of those balloon animals, doesn't it? Right, Simba? Simba. Now you want to take your time with this. especially when you're coming into the center, because you don't want a big mess of lines there. You want to try to get in cleanly. Get in and out cleanly. I wonder how this would look if you put 4 in there. There I go wondering again. My mom used to say, there you go thinking again. Yeah, it's not always my best thing, but sometimes I like to take it out for a ride. The thinking, I mean. White Roseanne. I'm glad I can make you laugh, honey. I am. All right. Welcome to my new members. Thank you for joining up. I appreciate you all so much. If you are interested in becoming a member, unless I am asleep that day, and that's always possible, then there is a channel membership link in the description below, and you can load that up and take a look at it. I am thinking of changing up the perks a little bit, but if I did that, then I would have to end the membership program and start over, and so all of you guys that are already members would be off of there, so, and would have to sign up again. I don't know that I want to do that to any of you. Some of you might think, it's not so worth it. No, I'm just teasing. I appreciate you guys very much. And yes, I still have a Zia tile sitting here unfinished, waiting for us to get to it. So now that I've got this, I just love this. I love the little blacked in crescent moon type of a shape. And it just makes me want to aura in there. Doesn't it make you want to aura? Okay, it's just me. All right, so I'm going to put in another one. And I don't think I'm doing this correctly. I think I should, when I add these, I should be aiming my lines, as I taught myself, at the center. And so, let me see if I can fix that a little bit here. So if we did that here, that would be better. Oh, forgot to turn off my fan again. Cindy, I need a checklist. I need a production manager or something. Somebody to do my thinking for me. Guys, I'm not good at the thinking these days. I mean I can think, but I mean all of the minutia that goes along with this is frustrating for me, because I forget half of it every time. And so I'm trying to do better, but I really do need a keeper. I really do. I really do. So, do I want to add more? I kind of do. I'm just not sure. Maybe one more round. And let's see. Make this smaller. Oh, I don't know what I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted. No, I'm just teasing. Just the school, making sure everything is still rolling. As long as I point this line towards the center, it's going to hopefully work out. And one more. And like me, you're not going to have a lot of room if you're going to go this far out. I wonder if making these longer would make this possible to go further. I don't know. One more. Two more. Okay, do I want some more in here? Probably. If I do one, let's try this. And just sort of freestyle this. Whoops. I'll get it the next time. So I was asking how you guys are. I'm very relaxed today. Thank you guys for your patience over the last couple of weeks. I keep feeling like I'm I don't know, like I'm overwhelmed, I guess, like I said in my comment yesterday, and it's really hard to sort of keep your focus. The biggest problem, I'm not having problems making the videos. What the biggest issue I'm having is keeping my head together and concentrating long enough to get them edited. And you guys know that's an issue that I wish I could afford to pawn off on someone else. But for now, this is what we've got, and probably forever, this is what we've got. I don't know. So there's a lot of stuff running around in my head, and yay us, we have an adoption court date for October the 23rd, and Mari and I get to go and have some fun in court and adopt each other. And I just cannot believe that we finally made it this far. Cannot believe we have won our battle. So long I felt like it was hopeless, but we did it. And it's amazing to me, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I don't have to lay awake nights and worry about this kid. I can lay awake, well, I still lay awake nights and worry about him, just glad he's in the next room. How about that? So I'm just sticking some of these central elements in there, and they're not having to necessarily go, in the set of 3. But I just thought it might be interesting to just stick some random ones in there. And like I said, these aren't going to have much room to do anything. But they'll give an idea of what we want. This whole thing should look kind of wild and crazy. Do you feel like the eyes are watching you? These look like black-eyed peas, don't they? Wow, I'm off in another world today. I'm off in another world. All right. Here we go. I love doing these little echo lines. I find them very relaxing. Now, some of you may feel very differently about this, and for you grid people, I have got a cool grid for us tomorrow, or whenever I get around to getting the editing done. I'm going to try to start doing these while my kiddo is doing his schoolwork, because it tends to be pretty quiet at that point. So this is kind of fun. I think I'm going to add a few more elements. This may be awkward, but I think it'll be all right. And if it is, if I have learned nothing with you guys, I have learned to not prejudge my results. And if I have too much room anywhere, I'll just stick an orb in there like I like to do. And ink the rest. Add a little bit of interest. Put in my crescent moon. I really want to try RIing one of these and see what happens. So many things to do, so little time. And so this is very organic. It's a radial tangle, so it moves from the center out. But you can do individual elements, you know, it's pretty standard stuff. But I love the little black-eyed pea eyes. I think those are awesome. And do I want... and I'm still trying to hit that center line as much as possible. On some of these, you may not have room for the entire eyeball. That's what I've decided to think of it as. I'm going to pop a big orb in here to sort of finish this look off. And you know, I really want to recommend, if you guys haven't watched some of the Zentangle Project Pack 10 yet, that you go to the Zentangle YouTube channel and check some of those out. It's very interesting with the Fibonacci sequence and the nature stuff, and you know, it's really interesting stuff. So go check it out, and it makes you think, and I like stuff that makes me think. Some of you may not feel that way, and so that may not be your cup of tea, but I like to wonder about stuff. So, and I bet a lot of you do too. All right, maybe one more thing over here. And I'm not worried about encroaching into this space over here, into the space there where I want to leave it clear, negative. Thank you to Margaret Bremner for the awesome string, and to Sayomi for the wonderful tangle. So now, what to do, what to do, what to do. So for some reason I was itching to put night bridge in here. So I think I'm going to do that over here. And I think I want to make my grid kind of wonky. I like this string line right here, so I think I'm going to do my grid like this. And then, oops, let's see. And we'll just draw it in behind here. Now, start in the approximate center. And boy, I have set myself up for some inking today, haven't I? That is all right. Okay, so we should be able to do some contouring with that when we get to shading. So let me get busy here. So do I want to, I think I want to ink this one, so we'll just move out from there, and God willing, I won't get lost and turned around here. So straight across. Now, I am going to be focusing on my Zen right now. Many of you know that I am not a happy inker, meaning that I get in a big rush. And so right now, I'm going to stop and take some deep breaths. Drop my shoulders down because they're living up by my ears right now. And I'm going to purposefully check my attitude and see what I'm thinking about. Am I thinking about, oh my God, I have too many spaces to ink? Or am I thinking about each pool of ink and how the pen is laying that color down? And I'm going to take my time and purposefully slow down. I'm going to, as I fill this in, practice making even strokes across. And just take my time with this. Take your time, guys. Take your time. I think I mentioned we'd been under quarantine because Mari was exposed to COVID whenever it was. And so we're going to be starting back this week, later this week on Thursday. And football, that is. And so got a busy week ahead. He is loving the game, so that is all that I care about. If he can be passionate about this, then I'm thrilled. We have both been kind of croupy with the upper respiratory stuff, but I don't think it's anything serious. For a while this weekend, I was concerned that Mari might have strep throat, and I'll keep an eye on him, but he's not running a fever or anything. The back of his throat just looks torn up, though, and I need to check on that. Poor thing. He has a sore throat almost constantly, and I don't know if we need to have his tonsils or what we can have checked on, but it's sinus drainage. But, and he takes something for that. So I'm going to, in editing, put some music in here so we can all really zen out. And the reason that I choose the music that I do isn't that I want people to be depressed. It's that I want you to relax. I want you to feel the relaxation seeping over you, and nothing is better for that than classical music, I'm just saying. Although the jazz does a pretty good job for me. The problem is anything with singing or anything too interesting in the melody line or anything that draws your attention away from what you're doing is counterproductive for what we want for relaxation. So, that's why I choose the music that, oh, Cindy. Okay, we're just going to leave that right there. I knew I should have stayed. It'll be all right. Nobody will notice. Okay, so this is supposed to be inked. It'll be all right. It's just that one spot. Nobody will know. Okay. I should have put something else in here first, but that's all right. I'm thinking about the levels of this tile in that this is beneath this, and so this will be on the top layer. And I was thinking about putting some large printemps in here, but if I do that, then I would want the printemps to sit on top of the night bridge. So I'm going to have to rethink that whole scenario in my head and see what I want to do. And I'm not trying to bore you guys with this, but I know that some of you are interested in the creative process as far as how I'm arriving at the decisions that I'm making and why. And so if you're not interested in that, you can watch me double speed and turn me down, and I would be fine with that. I totally understand. When I was trying to make decisions about how to make these videos, I sat down and I thought to myself about which YouTubers that I loved the most and which ones meant the most to me and which ones I would watch from beginning to end and wish for more. And those were the ones that actually sat down, did it real time, talked to you. And so that's what I like to do. And, if that's not your thing, then I totally understand. One of the reasons I do these real time is so that you guys can follow along with me if you'd like. And I love drawing with you. It makes me feel complete in a way that I haven't been in a while. This whole COVID thing is, I think, starting to get to me. What is it, since March, like 6 months or so that we've been sheltering inside. And, some of us have taken that really seriously, like me, and some not, and that's cool. Some of us have more to lose if we get sick than others. And so, and a lot of you are in that category with me, so I know you understand. But, months and months of this is just awful. It's awful. It starts to prey on your mind almost. I don't know, but if that's how you guys feel about it, but it's starting to make me a little crazy, I think. I mean, not nuts crazy, but I think it's starting to affect my health and my overall outlook on life. And, I think about, that would be fun. No, we can't do that. I mean, right now we should have had the state fair, but they didn't even have it this year. So, it's sad. It's sad that life isn't able to go on the same way with this out there. And I'm sure, like polio, eventually we will be able to take care of this strain. But then, what's to stop the next strain from being worse? Because from what I understand, it's highly mutatable, if that's a word. I don't know. And so that's not good news, because that means it's a smart virus and it can get around our defenses. So, we'll see what happens. I try not to dwell on this too much because it really bums me out. Those of us who are disabled or older and shut in through this thing can, we don't get out that much anyway, but the times that we were out were important to us. And now, okay. So I really like the difference between those two sections. Now the question is, what to do over here? I think, okay, I'm gonna do something fun here. I hope I will. Got a little hollabaugh, and I think I'll bring like this. Well, that was almost pretty good. Good deal. All right, so I think that's what I'm going to do here, and then I think I'll add some printemps so I don't have to ink the background, because although inking the background would be highly effective as far as some drama and contrast, but then the question is, do I really want to draw the eye over here, because this is where I want my focus? I don't know. The answer to that is I don't know. So I'm going to put some printemps in here. I'm going to try these really narrow ones that I've been practicing lately. This is not so easy to do, but it's really, really good pen stroke practice, especially for me. Oops, I guess I'm done right there. All right, so let's put a couple more in here. Okay. I'll go ahead and go outside the line there and own it, except I want to add another one here. Okay. I should just stop, but I never do. This is my new favorite printemps method. Not anything exciting, but I just like this. I like the density of it, and so you guys know how I feel about dense patterns. And what else can I do over here? When in doubt, orbit. Actually, the quote is, when in doubt, orbit. Well, I don't know about that. Okay. I don't know what's going on with my hand. All right, now you know what I really want to listen to right now is a little rock and roll. I'm very eclectic as far as my musical tastes go. I can listen to rap and hip hop just right along with my classical. I have no problem with it. I love the differences in musical styles. I find them fascinating. And so, yeah. By re-emphasizing these lines, I'm trying to help the pattern be clear that these are on top of the Priton. I think it's it's pretty clear at this point. I'm just kidding. All right. More of this? I think so. So I want you guys to drop me comments today and tell me how many pets you've got and what kind they are. Okay? I want to hear about your puppies, kitties, and all other shenanigan ensuing kids that you might have at your house, whether they be 2-footed or 4-footed. I love the fur babies. I love them. I think they make the world a much better place. And they can make such a huge difference to someone who is alone and isolated. So adopt a pet, adopt. I have been a volunteer at shelters and been a foster parent for fur babies, and I'm telling you, adopt a pet from a shelter. They are so full, and they need people to love them, particularly cats. Cats are really having a tough time of it. So go adopt a kitty or a puppy. I would get Simba a puppy, but Rottweiler puppies are freaking expensive. So I am going to be going to the pound or the shelter and adopting a wonderful puppy for Simba somewhere. Now, I've got one more section. I think this is going to be a lot of fun with the negative space here. I think I did well with this. What else? Something simple and easy and relaxing. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to... I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do some poke root. And this is why, guys, you want to have, 10 or more of these in your pocket. These little fill patterns like poke root, poke leaf, and all of that stuff. They make a huge difference to your Zentangles when you're finishing up. So, something to think about. I haven't gotten to play with Project Pack 10, but I'm going to order one here soon. I am always behind with project packs. I'm always busy doing something else with you guys, and so it can be frustrating. All right, I'm gonna go encroach here again. Okay. I do not know why I'm so zen today. I did not sleep at all until about 8 o'clock this morning, and then I fell asleep for about 2 hours. So I'm really tired. I'm very zenful, so that's okay. That's what we're looking for. Also, I have been meaning to mention to you guys, and I don't know at what point we are in here. Is that 30 minutes? That's not too bad. I've been meaning to mention to you guys, I'm very excited that I now have an Amazon storefront. It's not for selling products for me, but it's someplace where I can put a list of my favorite art supplies and things like that. Like Lynn Gotham, the pencil sharpener is on there. I'll know if you're watching this, girl. But yeah, I am slowly but surely putting more and more things on the list. There are now original Zentangle tiles, and this was not true so long ago. But now they are selling original Zentangle tiles on Amazon. So, or you can, even better, get them from Zentangle. But, you know, it is convenient to shop at Amazon. So I'm not going to diss anybody for doing that. But, yeah, I am slowly but surely populating that list with art supplies, and I will put the Arteza supplies that I'm going to be showing you on there. For those of you who live in Canada or other places that are not the EU and the US, which is most of the world pretty much, I can link the Arteza stuff for you there, and you can get it from Amazon as opposed to Arteza. And I will do my best to get coupons for you guys that are matching what we're offering for people that are ordering straight from Arteza. I have to say, I really love those brush pens, and I very, very narrowly missed getting my coloring book out last night and just having some fun. Just not worrying about the art part, just putting color down. And that's such a lovely thing for me anyway. I find it cathartic. Do you guys like using color? Do you find it relaxing? I know that the reason that Zentangle is not a big proponent of color, at least in its original form, is because the color adds a layer of decision making. Adding color adds decision making to your art, and that loses focus on the Zen. And so that's why it's not a part of original Zentangle. But of course, you know, we incorporate it all the time, and it's to wonderful effect. And it's such a wonderful thing, Zentangle inspired art, which to some people is very relaxing. And I frequently get lost in using color, and I love it. So yeah, maybe two more here. Okay, so I'm going to do a little rounding here, sort of tie all this together. Okay. Right. This is a very small, simple step, but it really makes a big difference in how dynamic something looks, I think. It's my opinion. I could have done with a little less there, but it's going to be fine. All right. Interesting stuff. One more thing, because I just can't stand it. Fun, huh? I think I'll leave it like that. I like it. Okay. So I think I will put my chop right here. And I'll just distract from this little line going across here. And voila, it is gone. Okay. All right, guys. This is where I'm going to leave you. You know where to shade. I'm going to see you in the next lesson. And hopefully it is going to be the lesson on the Arteza brush pens with a very nice pattern called Annie. And if you're listening to the end of this video, you just got a sneak peek at what the next video is going to be about. So be good. I'm going to see you guys soon.